explanation of the complaint, and any supporting documents. You can email your complaint to feedback@alansar.org.za, that's feedback@alansar.org.za, or visit our administrative office at 207 West Road, Overport, Durban. Your voice matters to us.
This and only this is Nightline. Nightline is the only program that allows you to listen to the opportunity to voice your opinion on any matter or any topic that concerns you. Also on Nightline, we interview the famous, the not so famous, and infamous. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Brother Muhammad Varyawa, and with me in the studio is Dr. Anwar Jiwa. Join us every Saturday night from 8:30 p.m. till 10:30 p.m. on Nightline, the program designed especially for you, the listener.
Radio Al-Ansar.
The views and opinions expressed by the guests and presenters of Radio Al-Ansar are not necessarily the views and opinions of Radio Al-Ansar and the Al-Ansar Foundation.
Doctors and guests on the Medical Files program will help you with any medical problems you have by giving you advice on air. However, they do not have your full medical history and they have not seen you. Please verify the advice given to you on air with your doctor who knows you better. Neither the doctors nor Radio Al-Ansar will be held responsible for any ill health caused by the advice given on Radio Al-Ansar.
Need no reason, 'cause you provide the heat. There were some hard times, we were living some dark lives. We did not know where we're supposed to be. We did not know what we're supposed to need. You took the time out to teach us, so that the guidance reach us, and you know it will. Look up to the best of the men, and I'm working on the test of the end. By following the message he sent, and try turning these lessons into action. Oh, I pray for the day that I see you in my dreams. For all humanity, you gave me the blueprint of life. Taught me the rules in the right, shining like the moon in the night. This is how we speak on your life. We was all in need of a guide, and the Lord you sent us. Muhammad ya Rasulullah, Muhammad ya Rasulullah.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to our listeners on this a bit chilly Saturday morning on Radio Al-Ansar in PT Marisburg 105.6 FM and Durban 90.4. I am Shubnum Ismail on the Pulse show, capturing the heartbeat of our community. So grab a cuppa, sit back and relax and listen in. Today we are talking about a profession that's often behind the scenes but makes all the difference in our lives, nursing. From birth to end-of-life care, nurses are the backbone of our healthcare system. They are the ones that hold our hands, wipe away tears, and bring comfort in times of need. But nursing is more than just compassion. It's science, it's skill and dedication. It's about making a difference one patient at a time. Joining me now is Nursing Services Manager Nolene Dayaram with years of experience in the field. Welcome to the Pulse Show, Sister, and it's great to have you with us.
Good morning, Shubnum. Thank you to the listeners of Al-Ansar Radio, my fellow healthcare workers, and the wider community.
Listeners, Sister Nolene Dayaram is a senior professional nurse with 34 years of experience in the private health sector. She specialized in emergency nursing science and trauma care since 2013, focusing on holistic, patient-centered care to achieve positive patient outcomes. Throughout her career, she has had the opportunity to lead and manage nursing and administrative teams at various institutions, including City Hospital, Midlands Medical Centre, Life Hilton Hospital, Daymed Private Hospital, and Lancet Laboratory. These experiences have enhanced her clinical expertise and management skills, contributing to her professional growth. She is actively involved in medical outreaches, community projects, training and development of nursing staff, and Department of Health inspections. She's committed to the South African Nursing Council Continuous Professional Development Program, and her passion lies in teaching, training, and leading by example to uphold the highest standards of nursing practice and provide holistic quality nursing care. And she says, I quote, to me, nursing is more than a profession. It's about making a lasting, positive impact on patients' lives. My commitment to my patients, employer, and community drives my professionalism, dedication, and empathy in serving them. Wow, Sister Nolene. Tell us, what's a typical day like for you as a nursing manager?
Shubnum, to me, I've been a day maid now for 2 years. And I must say, the culture at day maid is really different. There is such a sense of belonging. And I must say, it's a family. It's just phenomenal. I've been through so many institutions, but I must say, day maid just stands out for me. And no 2 days are the same. And my day starts with reviewing patient care, actively being supportive of my staff with delegation, allocation, staffing, overnight reports. And throughout the day, I work very closely with the doctors, the nurses, the multidisciplinary team, management to ensure that the hospital runs smoothly. At DayMed, we place strong emphasis on teamwork and on patient-centered care. So my role involves constant communication, support, and problem solving.
And tell us, what inspired you to become a nurse and then move into management?
For me, in my family, we have lots of senior nurses. And over the years, I think for me, we've always been caring for the older in our family. And nursing just gave me an opportunity to actually spread my wings. I've always been a people's person. I've always been community-driven, where I want to serve the community. I have a passion for people, and I like to see people. I like to interact with people, and I have a passion for leadership, mentorship, building strong healthcare systems, and the support of the patients, their families, and staff. So naturally, this led me to nursing management as well.
So, sister, what's the biggest challenge you face as a nursing manager?
Currently, to me, being in charge of such a wide variety of nurses, we come across people with different personalities. We have to compromise. We have to compensate. Staffing shortages is always something that we have to overcome. It's how we work as a team and overcome these challenges. COVID has been one of the major challenges that we've had to experience. And it was a fear of unknown. But as a team, we managed to overcome. We managed to learn. We managed to move forward. We managed to overcome our fears. So that was the challenge for me in nursing.
And speaking about staffing, how do you prioritize staffing and resource allocation?
I think as a nurse, you have lots of resources. It's the way you allocate. It's the way you delegate. And it's the way you get on the floor and you work with your team. There's always going to be a shortage. It's how you use your skills, your expertise. So for me, that's how I overcome.
I know you touched on staffing a bit earlier. So how do you support nurses in high stress situations?
For me, it's about being with them. It's about being actively involved on the floor. It's about listening to them, because I developed a strategy of calling them, one-on-one, analyzing their strengths, their weaknesses, and we all come from different backgrounds. So for me, I want to know what's happening with you outside work, inside work, and where can I assist you and support you. So that for me is amazing. If I need to refer you for additional support and help, that's what I would do.
And I know you spoke about COVID, and it did suck a lot of energy from a lot of us in the medical field. The mental stress and the fatigue, etc. And those nurses putting those hours on their feet, getting to the patients. And I'm sure that at your facility, you obviously enforce teamwork and to boost the morale to actually keep them going during the day, so that their skills and expertise is not fallen back.
Yes, I think when it comes to nursing staff, they work very silently. They sacrifice a lot. They give off their best. And as management, especially in DayMed, we have Dr. Dayaram, who is absolutely supportive in every way. He cares whether we have a break on time, whether we need additional support. Calling out overtime is never an issue at DayMed. And for an employer to actually come through, he knows every staff by name. And he actually comes through and finds out, are you guys okay? Did you eat? I mean, not many employees do that, so that means a lot, like, to us.
Leadership is very important.
Absolutely.
Yes. And what's your approach to patient care and safety?
We have quality improvements in place. So there is a major focus right now. For example, we have patients that fall often in hospitals. Every hospital has that. But once you raise the awareness, I think staff become more aware of the fact of what they need to do. And we have to empower them to actually sense and assess properly before this happens. So for me, I feel with patient safety, it's the entire patient journey from the time the patient walks into the hospital till they leave. So we have developed safety strategies for prevention, realizing the risk before it even happens and mitigating it.
It's all about getting to know your patient from admission to discharge.
Yes.
And in terms of COVID, I mean, I hate bringing this up, but how did you manage COVID? And, every time you hear about a new virus and an outbreak, I mean, how your institution, how you as a nursing manager would manage the process?
I would say patient education, staff education is very important. We have to raise the awareness. We have to know what we're dealing with and how we can take extra steps to prevent the spread of such a virus. When COVID hit, I think nurses were very scared. I was scared as well. I nursed the first COVID emergency with the doctor to contract COVID. All those people that I think the education was very important to me, and the support that we received was phenomenal from management as well.
So, what's the most rewarding part of your job?
It's meeting with the patient, getting to know them, liaising with the family, keeping them abreast on the care plan of the patient, and seeing that patient walk out of the institution, and also following up with the patient. That's important for me. And every day of my life, I get to interact with more than 50 patients and their relatives if I can. But my door is always open.
We'd like to thank the Department of Health and the World Health Organization for guiding us with policies and procedures. And I know, Sister, we spoke a little bit earlier about, the tool and getting guided and getting the processes in order. So how do you stay updated on best practices and policies?
I have many other nursing managers that I liaise with. And there's lots of updates, like with Knowledge Hub, with Department of Health, with NHN. So we are kept totally informed. And it's about not retaining that knowledge. It's about spreading it over to your staff, so that we're all on the same page. We can maintain the standards. And for me, with Department of Health, with South African Nursing Council, it's important that we all are on the same page. As a manager, you need to actually practice according to those statutory bodies. So for me, that's very important. And we need to do the right thing for our patients and the institution.
From the onset, since we've spoken, I believe that what you put in is what you get out, and you got to be passionate about what you're doing.
Absolutely. You got to love what you do.
Yeah. And on that note, what's your take on work-life balance? We've got quite a few nurses that's listening in today.
Okay.
So how would you advise them to actually balance their profession?
When a nurse comes to work, we don't know what they've been through at home. We don't know the stress and the concerns that they're carrying from their home lives into your work environment. Work can be very stressful. They give off selflessly, and they sacrifice their time, their kids. I've been a nurse for 34 years. I know with our kids being in school, you've got to balance that off. But I think it also helps to prioritize your work life and your domestic issues as well. And it's good to speak to somebody about if something is troubling you. And for me, I believe that every nurse should have a manager that they can go to, a leader that they can go to, where you can just speak freely, confidentially, and that person must be able to move you forward. I don't believe in taking people 10 steps backwards.
Fantastic
in my
and well
leadership.
said. Yes, yes.
So, and I don't believe in retaining all the knowledge in my head that I have. And I'm always learning from my staff as well. And we have lots of nurses that go through lots of emotional things that they keep to themselves. And I would encourage every manager that can help a nurse, please get to know your nurses, get to know what they're going through, get to speak to them one-on-one. That's very important.
And it's all about empowerment. I mean, I work with a lot of young caregivers, and I believe they have the potential to learn and grow and become more senior in their roles and profession.
Absolutely. I've started as an enrolled nurse, and I progressed to a nursing services manager now. And I think it's people along the way, leadership along the way, that saw the potential in me. So I must also be able to see the potential in others and assist them to grow. So that's what I believe in.
And how do you promote professional development?
Right now, South African Nursing Council is concentrating on professional development in that we need 15 CPD points for the year. And I must say, DayMed has really taken the lead. Nursing staff have become so in tune with it. And every day, you must find an opportunity, the teachable moment to pass something onto your staff. You just can't retain all the knowledge, in your head. So for me, every day is a teachable. I must find that teachable moment to impart something on you.
And you'll encourage other institutions to lead by example as well and institute these accredited CPD workshops. And I believe you're going to one later today.
Yes.
Okay. And what's the biggest misconception about nursing management?
I think the community have a misconception when it comes to nurses. Nurses are also human beings. We need to feel for them as well. As much as patients have rights, nurses also have rights. And I think it's about respect. It's about a mutual understanding, that's important. And we also come from different backgrounds where we need to respect each other. So the respect is a two-way street, I think, between patients and the community and the nurse.
Absolutely. I think they are the unsung heroes. And we did celebrate International Nurses Day on the 12th of May, which was a few days ago. And I salute every single nursing member for what they are doing. So how do you handle emergencies or crisis?
I think as a nurse, you have to be ready at all times for an emergency. And we practice lots of mock drills, but actually handling a patient that comes in that needs resuscitation, I think it takes a lot of skill, knowledge, and expertise. And nurses need to be prepared at all times because you never know what can walk through your door, or you never know when your patient can change their condition. It's how you integrate your clinical and your practical. And we see nurses shine in a DayMed private hospital. In the ICU, in the emergency unit, I've really seen them grow and they really perform at their best. Most of the times in an emergency, the doctor may not be there. It's the nurse that would actually take charge. and, take the appropriate steps.
And you have to be very hands-on because these mock drills and emergency mocks have to be part of a Department of Health audit.
Yes.
That you have to present to show that you are actually efficient and you have to keep your doors open.
Yes, absolutely.
We're going to take a quick break, folks. Don't go anywhere. We've got more exciting discussions lined up with Sister Dayaram, nurses, the heart of healthcare. More on their incredible work after this break.
You something new every day. Radio Al Ansar.
Welcome to Simplex Radio. Visit our showroom for the full range of car audio. Our TV department carries top brands with quality LED panels, full HD to Ultra HD, and now the experience of Super Ultra HD. Visit our theater rooms and transform your home with brands like Onkyo, Integra, Denon, Boston Acoustics, Yamaha, and more for quality audio visual experience. Now available, full range of home appliances. A one-stop shopping experience. Call 031 306 4029 or Kenilworth Park, 202 Brickfield Road, Overport. Simplex Radio, the name you can trust.
ادعو إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن. Invite all to the way of your Lord with wisdom and beautiful preaching, and reason with them in a way that is best and most gracious. Join Shabir Pasha every Saturday at 7 p.m. on the show Dawah Dynamics, and every Sunday on the Dawah Chronicles at 9 p.m. Remembering the companions of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Join the discussion, analyze the lives, sacrifices and contributions of the Prophet's companions, and learn from their experience.
Is your health a priority? The Al Ansar Cancer Support Group and David Landau Community Center invite you to a free health awareness day. Come chat with specialists in oncology, dentistry, physiotherapy and eye care. Plus, get your blood pressure and blood sugar checked for free. It's happening Saturday, May 30 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 5 Crocus Road, Asherville. Entry is free with ample secure parking. Prioritize your health today.
Radio Al Ansar, 24/7, 365.
Doctors and guests on a medical files program will help you with any medical problems you have by giving you advice on air. However, they do not have your full medical history and they have not seen you. Please verify the advice given to you on air with your doctor who knows you better. Neither the doctors nor Radio Al Ansar will be held responsible for any ill health caused by the advice given on Radio Al Ansar.
ما يقال عندي بسم الله بك نبدأ في سلطان جسدي معزك يا عين وحدة بتمنى حنان اللي تسدي تبني شهداء يا محمد يا سيدي صلى الله عليه اللهم صل وسلم طول الدهر على نبينا النجوم نورها واستغلال الوجد بك البحور نظامتنا محمد يا سيدي صلى الله عليه وسلم
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to our listeners on this Saturday morning on Radio Al Ansar 90.4, MPT Marisburg 105.6 FM. I'm Shubnum Ismail on the Pulse show, capturing the heartbeat of our community. We are glad to be back, and we're diving straight back into the good stuff. So we have Sister Nolene Dayaram with us at the Pittsburgh studio, and she's a nursing manager with a heart of gold, sharing her expertise on nursing as a professional. So let's get started. Welcome to the Pulse Show, Nolene. It's great to have you with us.
Thank you.
So we spoke a little bit about mental health with the nurses. How do you foster a positive work environment?
To me, I like to involve all my staff. We have wellness programs that we have, that we hold, and where nurses get to actually do their vital signs on each other. We also have Dr. Dayaram, who is actively involved in this. And I must say, at DayMed, we're very, very privileged because we have our director that sees to us, at no cost. So for me, that's just a bonus, So nurses are always given an opportunity to go to casualty if they are sick. The doctor consults them, even Dr. Dayaram consults them, and it's at no charge. Now, you don't find that at many institutions.
Charity begins at home, so taking care of your own people.
That's right.
And what's the role of technology in nursing management? How do you keep up to date?
I think with nursing, we have advanced a lot with the technological side of things, but it has never replaced the human hand, where we still need the power of human touch. We still need the kind word. We still need the nurse at the bedside, someone that we can physically see and interact with. Although technology is important and many hospitals have gone paperless, which is excellent, we're still in the process. But I must say that human touch just replaces all of that.
And I know the key factor in the nursing field is effective communication, because your audience is broad. You've got your doctors, you've got your specialized teams, and as well as your floor nurses. As a nursing manager, how do you ensure effective communication amongst the teams?
We have little huddles after the doctor's done a round. We liaise with each other. We go on bedside rounds with each patient, so that we are focused on specific nursing care for that patient. I also join doctor's rounds so that I'm abreast of what's going on with the patient. So I think that's important. And the entire team gets together and has this little huddle where they will hand over the patient's care plan and reassess what we need to do and what we haven't done. So that's important with the communication.
So it's not just about the patient's journey, it's really getting to know your patient
Absolutely.
and the needs, and obviously track the progress to ensure that they are getting the best outcomes.
Absolutely.
And what's your experience with nurse burnout, and how do you address it?
Many nurses do suffer from burnout. That's because as a leader, I think we need to prioritize the allocation and the work hours. We also need to ensure that they have rest periods. And we also have to keep in touch with and up to date with the Department of Labor, in that their clinical hours must be met. But if we need to for them to go on a break, we must ensure that happens. And they need to go on leave on time. They are entitled for that. So we should ensure as managers that is what happens.
And as a nursing manager, would you like to elaborate about patient-centered care? How do you prioritize that?
I think quality, cost-effective patient care is paramount for me. The patient is our first priority in anything that we do. And I think looking at the patient holistically, collaborating the clinical, the practical assessment of the patient is absolutely important. Tying up the diagnostics, actually listening to your patient. And many nurses don't do this, I can assure you. They don't listen. And that is a skill that you have to acquire when it comes to your patient. And you have to follow through every day on the progress of your patient. You have to feedback as well. I think that's what's important in patient care for me.
Do you think that robotics and technology now, the nurses, obviously they have the fear that I need to capture my notes accurately, and that's been the focus, and it's taken away from bedside care. What's your opinion about that?
I agree that nursing documentation is vital, but you need to focus on your patient first. You need to ensure that the comfort of the patient is there. Your patient is safe. Is the environment safe? Are you safe? Are your visitors going to be safe? Is the doctors, the multidisciplinary team going to be safe? Is it conducive for all of us? But the patient care paramount. Your documentation, yes, that can come. It is vital. But ensure that the patient is taken care of first. Those basic needs of the patient is met.
And you're also preventing risks at the same
Absolutely.
time. What's the impact of nursing leadership on patient outcomes?
If you have a leader that is in tune with patient care, I think then we can expect positive patient outcomes because we have our hands on the pulse. We know exactly what the patient needs. We know exactly how we're going to do it. We know what nursing steps that we're going to implement because we have a specific nursing care plan that we follow. We also need to ensure that the patient is heard and that we meet the standards and the requirements of how we're going to render nursing care. Safe, good practice.
And what's your advice for aspiring nursing leaders?
Please be in tune with your team because a leader is nothing without their team. And learn to lead from the back. Don't lead from the front always. We need to empower the young generation of nurses that are coming through now. They have a different perception. It's not like what it was before. And we need to see the potential in these young nurses that are coming through. Give them an opportunity, accompany them, orientate them, and ensure that you bring out the best in them. And see where their niche in nursing lies and inspire them to do their best.
I always say that the work that they do is obviously God's work behind the scenes, and it's a blessing in disguise to do such an amazing profession. And speaking about that, for the learners that actually would like to choose nursing as a career, what is the guide in terms of what's required to get into the field?
Right now with nursing, you need a matric certificate. It would be a bonus if you did first aid, if you actually made inquiries to see where positions are available. And not everybody can be a nurse. We need to ensure that if you want to be a nurse, you need to be passionate, you need to be a people's person. And you need to do things with a conscience. There's a lot of integrity, compassion. You need to be very empathetic. You need to walk in somebody else's shoes and feel what they're feeling because they're at their most vulnerable stage when they come to you.
It's the calling. Love what you do what you love.
Absolutely.
As we look back on International Nurses Day, held on the 12th of May, we want to take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude on behalf of Al Ansar to all the incredible nurses out there. Your tireless dedication, compassion, and expertise make a real difference in the lives of patients and communities. Thank you for all that you do. So let's take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Grab that cuppa and we'll be right back.
Decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision, and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
Get ready for Green Thumbs Up with the gardening and natural show you didn't know you needed. I'm your host and life coach, Rabia Carvalho, and we're talking birds, bees, butterflies, and blooms. Growing food in garden rooms, home-based holistic healing, and much more. Whether you're a seasoned garden lover, plant assassin, or permaculture professional, we got you. We got you. Let us bring you the ideas, the facts, support, and inspiration to go green wherever you are. Sundays 9 to 10 a.m. only on Radio Al Ansar.
This and only this is Nightline. Nightline is the only program that allows you to listen the opportunity to voice your opinion on any matter or any concern you. Also on Nightline, we interview the famous, the not so famous, and infamous. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Brother Muhammad Varyawa, and with me in the studio is Dr. Anwar Jiwa. Join us every Saturday night from 8:30 p.m. till 10:30 p.m. on Nightline, the program designed especially for you, the listener.
Radio Al Ansar, Durban, 90.4 FM, Peter Maritzburg, 105.6 FM.
Doctors and guests on a medical files program will help you with any medical problems you have by giving you advice on air. However, they do not have your full medical history and they have not seen you. Please verify the advice given to you on air with your doctor who knows you better. Neither the doctors nor Radio Al Ansar will be held responsible for any ill health caused by the advice given on Radio Al Ansar.
He makes the birds fly. He made the blue sky. He makes the sunrise. That's Allah. He makes the clouds cry. He calms the seas tide. He makes the wind dry. That's Allah. Which of the favors of your Lord can you deny? Read his words. He's the creator, the master, the majesty of the universe. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. When life's a hard fight, and when we lose sight, he'll make it alright. That's Allah. We can never lose hope, 'cause we're never alone. We're holding on to his rope. That's Allah. Which of the favors of your Lord can you deny? Read his words. He's the creator, the master, the majesty of the universe. La ilaha illallah. Do we ever want a better thing around us? Everything just works in this kind of just around us. He gives me what I need. He's the only one I need. My trust in him, he decrees. La ilaha, la ilaha.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to our listeners on this beautiful Saturday morning on Radio Al Ansar 90.4 Durban, MPT Marisburg 105.6 FM. I'm Shubnum Ismail on the Pulse Show, capturing the heartbeat of our community. So today we have Sister Nolene Dayaram at our PT Marisburg studio, a very skilled nursing services manager with us. And we're diving straight back into discussion about her career as a nursing and what actually she does behind the scenes. So, Sister Dayaram, it's great to have you with us. And I know we had International Nurses Day on the 12th of May. What will be your message to nurses out there around the world?
I just want to say thank you for doing your best. It is a very, very demanding profession. And what you do does not go unrecognized by the community, by your patient. And it's the most fulfilling role that you play. So thank you very much. I know I appreciate every single nurse Not that I'm a nurse and I should, but really you do things so selflessly and with such sacrifice. And I just want to say thank you to all the nurses there.
And how do you stay motivated? How do you actually give yourself some wellness time for yourself?
I think with me, it's about prayer. It's about just taking a little bit of time off to recoup amongst meeting all the challenges of the day, dealing with blood and tears and the emotional aspect of nursing. For me, I think it's about being grounded religiously and still getting up the next day and carrying on.
And in your profession, how do you promote diversity and inclusion?
Okay, with diversity, I think we must respect each other. In order for us to meet patient outcomes, we have to respect the patient, their religious beliefs. We all come from different backgrounds, but it's how we collaborate for a common goal, to meet a common goal.
And what's your biggest need in nursing? I know we spoke a lot about the positive side, giving back and, the career, but there must be also a negative side of the career.
It's really exhausting. The hours are long. You have to have a lot of emotional intelligence to be where you are. And you have to lead by example. So it can be quite tiring, but it's how you prioritize your workload. And it's how you give back, So that's important for me.
In terms of mentorship and succession planning, what's your approach to mentoring and developing future nursing leaders? And how do you ensure succession planning in your team?
You must identify and you must liaise with your team. Not all of us can be leaders. So we have to identify those that we feel, look, you have the potential to lead. And I can tell you, we have lots of team leaders that are so capable and they're just scared. They just don't have that leader to say, let me take you under my wing and let me just lead you. Let me just guide you. Let me mentor you. And that just lacks nowadays. But I just believe in moving teams forward, and once I see the potential, I like to run with it, whether you see it or not. And with succession planning, it's very important. We're not going to be here forever. And it's important to have someone that would come in and step into your shoes and say, yes, I can do it. And I will do it.
And how do you support new graduate nurses?
New graduate nurses, I think orientation, induction, onboarding is very important. They come in, they're very scared, they're very theoretically inclined, and you need to give them room to develop. You need to throw them into the deep end and watch how they swim. And you need to be there to hold their hand and to actually guide them.
And in terms of your profession, is there any example that you can share with our listeners of an innovation solution you have implemented as your profession to improve patient satisfaction?
I have developed lots of standard operating procedures. I think there's no sense in developing a standard operating procedure when the risk has already taken place. You have to foresee it, you have to mitigate it, and it's important that the entire team is on board and knows exactly what to do. So for me, I've developed a lot of standard operating procedures during my time and in my career. I've also implemented a lot of change in the way things get done, not in procedure-wise, but with protocols. And mind you, protocols are always changing. You have to be on top of it. So to me, that's some of the changes I've done.
So it's not just a fancy title. You have to be cognitively alert. You got to be a maths person and you have to have a level of intelligence.
Absolutely.
In terms of your profession, obviously the demands are there and you're dealing with different stakeholders such as patients, families, healthcare teams, and I'm sure there has been some conflict or complaints. And how do you actually manage this and prioritize so that you have obviously a facility that is well run?
When it comes to conflict management or there's a problem, we must find a solution. We must. We must come together. We must collaborate. We must reach common ground. We must understand each other. And I think there's no problem that we can't fix. And if we can't, then we need to seek expert advice.
And what's your vision for the future of nursing?
I would like to see more training, more development. I think nurses need to be empowered. They need to be given a voice, you know. So I would like to see more training and development, because that would just be phenomenal. Because empowering a nurse, you can get so much out of that individual.
In terms of private-public partnership and healthcare and resources out there, what's your take on, working with public-private partnership on outreach and initiatives and ensuring that we have the best healthcare systems in South Africa?
I think we all have a common goal, which is the patient and the patient outcomes. And we need to work together as a team to ensure that we meet those outcomes and we meet the goals of the patient. And for me, it's anything that would benefit the community and the patient will just be, it's vital to me. And working as a team, we may be in another hospital, but we need each other. And working together, we build relationships, we bounce off each other, and that's important.
And in terms of crisis management, obviously you're the link and the key when it comes to nursing. And, a lot of nursing managers obviously have this as part of their portfolio. So if you have like a rumor or outbreak or something that is crisis, what sort of emergency strategies you implement to actually keep the community informed?
When it comes to an outbreak, I think we need to be calm. We obviously need to collaborate internally as well and use our external resources that are available. There's nothing that we can't handle. We have the capacity, we have the manpower, we have all the resources available, we have the knowledge, we have the skill. So when there's an outbreak, there's no need to panic. It's how we inform people and keep them updated. And the information that we share is very important, because people can misconceive a lot of stuff, So it's important what we're reeling is the truth, and it's precise, and how we handle it is important.
You mentioned something very vital. It's about sharing best practices.
Absolutely.
I think as much as every hospital has its independence and their policies and procedures, a hospital could have something that has been implemented that's innovative, that could be sharing, that could be life-saving.
Absolutely.
So listeners, as we've come to the end of our discussion on the importance of nursing and nursing care, I'd like to ask Sister Dayaram, is there any final words to our listeners and our community out there?
I think when it comes to healthcare, nurses are very underrated, and I think we need to afford them that respect, and we need to acknowledge that they're doing a fantastic job. And like I said, it's a very selfless, sacrificial profession that we are in, but it's very fulfilling at the same time. To see a patient walk out of your institution, it's just phenomenal.
And we like to salute all those nurses that wake up early in the morning, put in the hours with their long shifts, and keep their finger on the pulse to ensure that they're taking great care of those patients.
Yes.
I want to thank you for sharing your valuable insights with us, Sister Dayaram. Your expertise has been enlightening, and we're so grateful for the time you've given us today to guide us and possibly provide somebody with the knowledge and the power to make a choice as a career to get into nursing. To our listeners, shukran for tuning in today's episode. I cannot thank our technical team, both Durban and Pietermaritzburg, for plugging us so that we could make this session possible. We hope you found our conversation with our nursing manager insightful and inspiring. May your weekend be filled with joy, love, and be safe. Until next Saturday, take care from myself, Shubnum, on the Pulse Show. Jazakallah so much for listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Medical Files program will help you with any medical problems you have by giving you advice on air. However, they do not have your full medical history and they have not seen you. Please verify the advice given to you on air with your doctor who knows you better. Neither the doctors nor Radio Al Ansar will be held responsible for any ill health caused by the advice given on Radio Al Ansar.